Beloved soul, welcome. I am so glad you're here right now, because the message you're about to hear has been waiting for you. The timing of this moment is divine, and if you found this video, know that heaven arranged it. You didn't stumble upon this message. It found you because your heart is ready to receive it. So before we go any further, I want you to type these words in the comments below. I receive. When you write it, you're declaring your faith. You're saying, Lord, I'm open to what you have prepared for me. Today's message is one that will touch you deeply. The angels are saying, a younger soul has been chosen to love you in a way no one ever could. That may sound surprising at first, but as you listen, you'll begin to feel the truth of it resonating within your spirit. Because what's happening in your life right now isn't random, it's divine orchestration. You're being guided toward a love that reflects God's tenderness, purity, and timing. Before we dive in fully, take a deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your spirit open. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the Lord's reminder and turn on your notifications so you never miss a divine word when heaven is trying to reach you. Now, I want you to imagine something. Somewhere in this very moment, there's someone whose heart has been quietly awakened to yours. You don't know them yet, or maybe you do, but you haven't recognized the fullness of what God is doing between you. They're younger in age, but their soul carries a depth that transcends years. They've been chosen for you not because of worldly logic, but because their spirit mirrors your heart's purity, compassion, and faith. God has a way of surprising us with love. It rarely comes in the package we expect, and yet it always arrives in the form we need. This connection will not look like your past ones, because this one has been designed to heal you, not hurt you. To remind you of hope, not drain it. To reflect divine timing, not human pressure. Isaiah 43:19 says, See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? God is saying to you right now that something new is unfolding, not just in your circumstances, but in your heart. He's preparing you for a love that's unfiltered, unforced, and unwavering. A love that's gentle enough to heal you, but strong enough to challenge you to grow. You've been through seasons where love felt like a test. You've given your all to people who didn't value it. You've poured into hearts that couldn't pour back. But those experiences weren't wasted, they were preparation. You were learning how to love through God's eyes, not the world's. And now, because you've grown in patience and wisdom, heaven is entrusting you with something pure, a connection that aligns with your purpose. This younger soul has been observing you, not always with their eyes, but with their spirit. They've felt drawn to you for reasons they can't explain. You carry an energy that feels like home to them, peaceful, nurturing, steady. They're not drawn to your age, but to your essence. You represent the calm they've been searching for in a chaotic world. Proverbs 19:14 reminds us, house and wealth are inherited from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Whether you're the man or the woman in this dynamic, understand that this love is being sent by God Himself. It's not born from chance. It's born from purpose. Your angels want you to understand that the difference in age is not a barrier, it's a bridge. One carries wisdom, the other carries renewal. Together, you balance each other perfectly. Where you bring stability and understanding, they bring inspiration and lightness. It's a divine exchange, not one-sided, not transactional, but holy. Matthew 19:6 says, So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore what God has joined together, let no one separate. When God chooses someone for you, no circumstance, opinion, or opposition can stop it. What's meant for you will recognize you, even if it has to cross generations, distance, or timing to do so. You might be wondering, why someone younger? The answer lies in the way God works. He doesn't choose based on human logic. He chooses based on alignment. Sometimes it takes a younger soul, one untainted by cynicism, to love you with the purity your spirit needs. This person sees your heart, not your history. They're not intimidated by your depth. They're inspired by it. And while others saw your maturity as something to take advantage of, this soul sees it as something to cherish. Your connection with them will not be rushed. It will unfold in divine timing, piece by piece, through moments that feel like déjà vu. When they speak, you'll feel familiarity. When they smile, you'll sense recognition. It's because your souls have crossed paths before, not in this life, but in spiritual preparation. The love between you was written before time began. Song of Solomon 3-4 says, "I have found the one whom my soul loves." You're being led toward that realization. For some, this person is already in your orbit. A friend, a coworker, an acquaintance. You've felt something but brushed it off, thinking it couldn't be. But heaven keeps arranging small moments, glances, conversations, coincidences, to remind you that this connection is real. This younger soul has prayed for someone exactly like you, someone mature in faith, patient in spirit, and kind in heart. They may have been surrounded by people their own age but never felt understood. When they meet you, they'll feel seen, heard, and safe in a way they've never known before. And you, too, will feel revived, like God has breathed new air into your soul. The angels are saying this connection will begin softly. It will not arrive with chaos or confusion. It will start with peace. You'll feel comfortable around them almost instantly. And while the world may question or misunderstand it, you won't care, because you'll feel God's hand in it. Remember what 1 Samuel 16-7 says. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. The same applies here. This relationship isn't about what others think. It's about what God knows. He's chosen this person because their heart aligns with yours in ways you can't yet comprehend. This love will teach you something powerful. That divine connection has no boundaries. It's not defined by time, culture, or age. It's defined by energy, purpose, and faith. You will see how God uses this union to heal wounds you forgot you had. The laughter you share will awaken joy that's been dormant. The way they look at you will remind you that you are still radiant, still chosen, still loved. Sometimes God sends love through unexpected vessels to remind us that His blessings don't follow human formulas. This younger soul is being led to you because their mission is not to fix you, but to love you faithfully, to remind you that love can still be simple, pure, and safe. You may have thought your best days of love were behind you, but God is saying, I'm only getting started. Isaiah 46-4 says, "Even to your old age and gray hairs I am He who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you." That means God never stops renewing the areas of your life that bring you joy. He's not finished blessing you with love, companionship, and intimacy. The angels are showing that this person's heart will carry admiration for you, not for what you do, but for who you are. They'll notice your patience, your gentleness, your quiet strength. And while they may be younger, their reverence for you will be profound. You'll teach them without even realizing it, not through instruction, but through example. And they'll remind you of something you may have forgotten, that love doesn't have to be heavy to be holy. There's a softness coming to your life again. The kind that makes you laugh unexpectedly, that reminds you what it feels like to be cherished. You'll start noticing signs, butterflies, repeated numbers, songs that seem to play at just the right moment. These are the angels confirming that this connection is drawing nearer. For some of you, this younger soul is already watching you from afar. They've been admiring you quietly, praying about how to approach, unsure if you'd even notice them. But God is giving them courage. Soon, they'll step forward, not with grand gestures, but with sincerity. When they do, you'll know it's them, because their words will carry peace. You might hesitate at first. You'll question if it's appropriate, if it makes sense, if it's right. But remember, God doesn't operate by societal approval. He operates by spiritual truth. If your heart feels peace, if your spirit feels calm, that's all the confirmation you need. Your angels say that when this person enters your life, you'll feel renewed faith and love itself. You'll understand that God never wanted you to give up. He just wanted you to stop settling. And once you receive this connection, you'll look back and thank heaven for every no that protected you. Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." You've delighted in Him through the waiting. You've trusted Him even when love felt distant. And now, He's fulfilling a promise, a love story designed by His own hand. If this message has resonated with your heart so far, take a moment right now to like this video. That's not just a digital action, it's a moment of agreement. It tells heaven, yes, I receive this word for my life. And keep listening, because in the next part, we'll go even deeper into what the angels are revealing about how to prepare your spirit for this love, how to recognize it when it appears, and what signs will confirm that this younger soul truly is the one God has chosen for you. You may not realize it yet, but even now your heart is being prepared to receive the love that's coming. The angels want you to understand that this is not a coincidence, it's divine timing at work. Everything that you've been through, every heartbreak, every lonely night, every moment when you felt forgotten, has been shaping you into someone capable of deep, mature, spiritual love. The kind of love that doesn't fade when emotions shift. The kind of love that grows stronger because it's rooted in faith, not feeling. This younger soul who's being drawn to you is not coming to fill a void. They are coming because God has seen the purity of your heart. You've loved with sincerity, even when that love wasn't returned. You've given without expecting anything back. And heaven has taken notice. You may not have received the same care in the past, but now God is bringing you someone who will pour into you the way you've poured into others. They will see you not as someone to take from, but as someone to honor. The angels are saying that this connection is going to feel like divine familiarity. You'll sense something different in their presence, something peaceful and grounding. When they speak, you'll feel as if you've heard their voice before. When they look at you, it will feel as if they're seeing parts of your soul you've kept hidden from everyone else. That's not your imagination. It's the recognition of a spiritual bond that existed before the two of you even met in this lifetime. There's a reason God chose this person to love you. They're not coming to fix you, they're coming to walk with you, to remind you that you are already whole. Their soul, though younger, carries a wisdom that complements your own. They'll teach you how to embrace joy again, how to laugh without fear of loss, and how to rest in love without constantly waiting for pain. This connection may start as a friendship, something innocent and simple. You'll feel comfortable around them, and your spirit will sense that they're safe. You won't have to perform or pretend. You won't feel pressure to impress. Instead, you'll find yourself at peace, simply being yourself. That's how you'll know it's divinely guided, because divine love never demands that you shrink. It allows you to expand. You might resist it at first. You might think, why me? Why now? Or, how could someone younger truly understand my heart? But the angels are reminding you that God doesn't see years. He sees souls. What matters to heaven is not the number of birthdays, but the purity of intention. Age may define experience, but it doesn't define capacity for love. This younger soul has been chosen precisely because they see you through spiritual eyes. They don't focus on what the world sees, they focus on what heaven sees. Remember what 1 Corinthians 2-9 says, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart has imagined what God has prepared for those who love Him." You may not be able to see it clearly yet, but this love will unfold in ways that will leave you speechless. It will be gentle and patient, building steadily over time. You'll find yourself opening up again, trusting again, dreaming again. The angels are also warning you about something important. Don't sabotage the new with fear from the old. When love arrives, it often triggers memories of past pain. You may find yourself worrying that history will repeat itself. But remember, this person is not your past. They are your divine future. God didn't bring them into your life to test you. He brought them to bless you. So when your mind starts doubting, let your faith speak louder. Psalm 46:5 says, God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. This verse reminds you that you are protected. God is guiding your emotions, your choices, and your heart through this connection. Trust that He wouldn't lead you into something that wasn't meant for your healing. You've prayed for love that feels safe. Love that doesn't confuse you. Love that brings peace instead of anxiety. That's exactly what's coming. But before you can receive it fully, you have to release the idea that love must be difficult to be real. That's a lie the world taught you. Divine love is not chaotic, it's steady. It's not rushed, it's rhythmic. It doesn't take from you, it gives to you. This younger soul will prove that. The angels are saying that the two of you will meet or reconnect through what feels like divine timing. It may happen through unexpected circumstances, a conversation that seems casual but lingers in your mind, or an encounter that feels strangely significant. When you look back, you'll realize that God orchestrated it perfectly. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment led you straight to this. You'll know this person is the one heaven sent because of how they treat you when no one's watching. They'll speak life into your dreams. They'll pray for you without you having to ask. They'll be proud of your strength, not intimidated by it. They'll celebrate your wins, comfort you in loss, and remind you constantly that God's hand is on your life. For too long, you've carried love that wasn't reciprocated. You've been the strong one, the healer, the one others leaned on. But this time, you won't have to be the only giver. This time, the energy will be mutual. Their affection will feel like rest. Their presence will feel like home. Romans 8:28 tells us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. That includes love stories too. Every broken relationship was part of the divine blueprint to lead you to the one that would finally honor your worth. Every heartbreak refined your discernment. Every goodbye created space for the right hello. You've probably noticed how God has been simplifying your life lately. People fading out, new opportunities appearing, your priorities shifting. That's not coincidence, it's preparation. Heaven is clearing distractions so that when this person steps into your life, you'll recognize them clearly. You won't be clouded by confusion or temptation. You'll know exactly who and what aligns with your peace. The angels say that when this person begins to express their feelings, it will be subtle but sincere. They might start by checking on you, asking about your day, or offering to help you with something small. Don't dismiss these gestures. They're testing the waters, feeling out your comfort, and honoring your boundaries. They'll move slowly because they sense your depth and they respect it. You'll find their words full of honesty. They won't play games. They won't manipulate. They won't use flattery to win your attention. Their truth will feel refreshing because it's grounded in authenticity. And that's what your soul has been craving, something real, not performative. You will start noticing how being around them brings peace rather than confusion. They won't drain your energy, they'll renew it. They'll remind you that companionship doesn't have to come with chaos. They'll bring laughter where there was silence, ease where there was tension, and light where there was heaviness. This relationship will teach you that love can be both passionate and peaceful. You won't have to sacrifice your spiritual alignment to maintain it. You won't feel anxious about where you stand. You'll know. Their actions will make you feel secure. They'll keep their word. They'll value consistency. They'll show up when they say they will. That's how divine love behaves: quiet, steady, intentional. The age difference may make some people talk, but their opinions don't matter. What matters is the peace you feel when you're together. God's confirmation will always come through peace, not public approval. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." That peace will be your signal. If this younger soul is already in your life, the angels say they're wrestling with their emotions. They feel drawn to you but fear rejection or misunderstanding. Pray for them. Ask God to give them courage. Because when the time is right, they will speak and their words will change your life. If they haven't appeared yet, trust that they're on their way. God is aligning both your journeys. You're learning patience and they're learning responsibility. When the two of you finally meet, it will feel like the world stops for a moment, because heaven will be watching. So prepare your heart. Let go of the past. Open yourself to receive. Don't resist what God is trying to bless you with, because it looks different from what you imagined. Remember, His plans are always better. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." That includes love. Before you doubt, remember how far you've come. You've healed from things that once broke you. You've learned to trust again after betrayal. You've grown in faith even when you felt unseen. That growth is the reason this love is coming. You're no longer attracting from emptiness. You're attracting from wholeness. Your angels are proud of you. They've watched you cry, pray, and persevere. And now they're whispering, "Get ready. The blessing is near." If this message is stirring something in your spirit, take a moment now to type in the comments, "Blessed and ready." Declare it boldly, because those words are a vibration of faith that heaven responds to. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video. It helps this divine message reach more hearts who are waiting for the same encouragement you just received. You never know whose life you might touch through your simple act of faith. There is a sacred beauty in what is happening around you right now, even if you can't fully see it yet. The angels want you to know that your life is shifting quietly, piece by piece, to make room for something pure and lasting. You might have noticed a restlessness lately, a feeling that something new is about to begin, but you can't quite name it. That stirring within your spirit is divine confirmation. God is preparing your heart for someone who will love you differently, more sincerely, more patiently than anyone before. The younger soul who's being guided toward you is not coming by accident. This is not coincidence. It's the result of divine timing, heavenly orchestration, and prayers that you may have forgotten you even prayed. You see, for so long you've had to be strong. You've been the one holding others together, the one listening, the one forgiving, the one giving more love than you received. You've smiled through heartbreaks and kept believing even when it didn't make sense. Heaven noticed that. God saw how you chose kindness when you could have chosen bitterness. He saw how you stayed humble in seasons when others mistreated you. He saw how your heart remained pure through betrayal. And now He's saying, it's time for you to receive what you once only gave. This younger soul is part of that reward. Their heart will carry a gentleness that feels familiar, like something you've known before but haven't felt in a long time. They'll bring joy that's not loud, but steady. They'll listen when you speak, not because they have to, but because they truly care. They'll make you feel seen in the simplest ways, through small gestures, thoughtful words, and quiet consistency. And that's how divine love works. It's never rushed or forced. It unfolds naturally, like sunrise after a long night. When you meet or reconnect with this person, something deep in your spirit will recognize them instantly. You'll sense peace, not confusion. You'll feel comfort, not pressure. Your soul will know before your mind can explain it. That's the unmistakable signature of a God-ordained connection. It's not rooted in physical attraction or convenience. It's rooted in purpose. This person's presence in your life will serve both spiritual and emotional growth. Together, you'll experience healing in areas you didn't even realize were still tender. The angels are saying that this love will challenge you to trust again. You may have walls built from old pain, but this person will love you in a way that gently disarms your defenses. They won't rush to climb over your walls. They'll sit patiently outside them, proving over time that they are safe. It's through that patience that you'll begin to open. God designed this connection not only to bless you, but to restore your belief that genuine love still exists, a love that mirrors His own faithfulness. There is something divine about the way this person will see you. They'll notice things others ignored, the quiet strength behind your smile, the way your eyes soften when you speak about what you love, the way you always try to bring peace wherever you go. They'll tell you that your presence feels like home, and when they do, you'll realize that's exactly what God intended. Because when two souls are meant to meet, it's never about appearance or circumstance. It's about recognition. The younger one sees your spirit and feels drawn to it like a light in the dark. God wants you to remember that He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't bring people together for amusement or coincidence. Every divine connection has purpose woven into it. This person has been guided into your life for a reason that goes beyond romance. Their love will help unlock new dimensions of yourself. They'll bring out your laughter again, reignite your sense of wonder, and inspire you to dream boldly. And in return, you'll be a source of wisdom and grounding for them, a reflection of God's steadiness and peace. Romans 12:10 says, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." This verse captures what your relationship will look like: mutual honor, not imbalance. This younger soul will admire your strength but won't depend on you to carry them. They'll contribute their own energy, their own faith, and their own joy to the connection. It will feel like partnership, not parenthood. That's important because divine love doesn't drain. It replenishes. It doesn't take from your cup. It refills it. Some people will question it. They'll make assumptions or misunderstand it because the world often struggles to comprehend divine pairings. But the angels want you to know that their opinions are irrelevant. What God ordains, no human can undo. Matthew 19:6 reminds us, "Therefore what God has joined together, let no one separate." When you feel peace in your spirit, that's your confirmation. Peace is heaven's way of saying, "This is safe." Don't let fear convince you that you're unworthy of new love. You may think, "I've been through too much," or "I'm not sure I can trust again." But God's love has no expiration date. His blessings are not bound by your past. He is still writing new chapters for you. Isaiah 60:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." The time is becoming right now. Everything you've experienced before was simply preparing you to appreciate what's about to arrive. You might find yourself feeling drawn to certain places, guided to take different routes, or inspired to try something new. Pay attention to those nudges. They're not random. They are signs of divine alignment. The angels are positioning you for divine encounter. This younger soul might not appear in a grand way. It could be a chance meeting, a conversation that feels too natural to be new, or a simple act of kindness that grows into something beautiful. When it happens, you'll know. Your heart has always carried deep capacity for love. You love with sincerity and loyalty. You don't give half of yourself, you give all. That's why God is sending someone who knows how to honor that. They'll love you with presence, not just words. They'll remind you that love doesn't have to hurt to be real. They'll cherish you the way you've always deserved. This relationship will be built on faith. You'll pray together, grow together, and celebrate small victories as a team. There will be nights when you talk about God's goodness, and both of you will feel His presence in the room. You'll see miracles in the little things, in the way your paths cross perfectly, in the timing of your communication, in the feeling that everything just fits. This is what divine love feels like destiny wrapped in peace. You've probably noticed certain numbers repeating lately, like 111, 222, or 444. You might have dreamt of a younger person reaching out to you, or felt an unexplained sense of anticipation. Those aren't coincidences. They are divine confirmations. 444 often symbolizes protection and angelic presence, while 222 represents union and alignment. The universe and heaven are signaling that your love story is entering its next phase. Be careful not to let doubt sabotage the beginning of this gift. The enemy loves to plant confusion when blessings are near. You might find yourself thinking, "This is too good to be true," or "I don't want to get hurt again." But remember, fear is not your intuition, peace is. If the connection brings calm instead of chaos, that's your sign to trust it. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." You don't have to figure out every detail. You don't need to know how it will unfold. Your only responsibility is to stay open, stay faithful, and stay aligned. God wants you to know that your story isn't delayed, it's being perfected. There were people who couldn't stay because they weren't meant to walk into this next chapter with you. There were moments you thought were endings, but they were actually redirections. Every rejection was divine protection. Every detour was leading you right here. You are standing at the doorway of answered prayer. The angels say this love will bring out a softer side of you again. You'll find yourself smiling for no reason, daydreaming about the future, and feeling gratitude just for being alive. You'll rediscover the beauty of vulnerability, not as weakness, but as divine courage. You'll realize that being open-hearted doesn't make you foolish. It makes you faithful. And here's something powerful the angels want you to remember. Your energy will attract this person long before your words do. That's why your spirit needs to stay clear of bitterness and resentment. Keep choosing love. Keep speaking light. Keep trusting that what's meant for you is already in motion. When you operate in love, love finds you easily. As this person enters your life, continue to pray. Ask God for discernment. Not every smile is sincere, but this one will be different. This connection will bring fruit, not confusion. It will inspire your spiritual growth, not hinder it. That's how you'll know. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord." Waiting doesn't mean inactivity. It means preparing your heart so that when the blessing arrives, you're ready to receive it. Use this time to nurture yourself, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. When love arrives, it should find you whole, not wounded. And remember, you are worthy of love that mirrors God's heart, steady, forgiving, patient, and kind. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." That is the love that's coming to you. One that doesn't compete with your peace but complements it. Your story is not over. The angels are revealing that this younger soul has been feeling an unusual pull toward you, one that doesn't make sense in the natural world, but is perfectly aligned in the spiritual. They think of you more often than they admit. In quiet moments, your name drifts into their thoughts, and they feel peace rather than confusion. That's because your spirit calls to theirs. You are connected through a divine frequency, a bond that transcends time and logic. They may not understand why their heart softens when they think of you, but the angels are whispering the reason. Your soul feels like home to them. This person has been praying, asking God to send them someone genuine, someone who truly understands their heart. They've experienced disappointment too. They've been surrounded by people who spoke of love but didn't demonstrate it. They've seen relationships built on shallow foundations, and they've longed for something deeper, something sacred. When they met or noticed you, something awakened in them. You stood out not because of your looks or your age, but because of your light. They sensed the purity of your soul. It reminded them of the kind of love they had almost stopped believing in. You see, God allows divine connections to awaken at specific times. This younger soul was not ready before. They needed to grow, to learn what love is and what love is not. They needed to understand the difference between attachment and commitment, between infatuation and divine purpose. And you too had your lessons. You had to learn patience, self-worth, and the beauty of divine timing. Now both of you are standing at the threshold of divine readiness. Your angels want you to know that this person feels guided to move closer to you. They are being nudged to take small steps to start a conversation, to show kindness, to share something that lets you see who they truly are. You might notice subtle signs, a message that arrives when you were just thinking of them, an unexpected encounter, or moments when you feel their energy even from afar. Those are confirmations from heaven that alignment is happening. The angels say that this connection is not like any you've had before. It carries purpose beyond romance. It's meant to awaken something sacred in both of you, a calling, a destiny, a mission that the two of you will fulfill together. That's why it feels different, why it's so magnetic yet peaceful. Divine love always carries divine purpose. When you meet this person, your life won't just become sweeter. It will become clearer. You'll begin to see why certain paths didn't work out and why certain people had to leave. It was all part of the design that would lead you here. This younger soul will be protective of your heart, even before you know what's happening. They'll sense your past wounds, and they'll be gentle with them. They'll speak to you with sincerity, not manipulation. They'll listen, not just with their ears, but with their soul. And when you tell your story, they won't judge or pity you. They'll honor your strength for surviving it. This person will love you not in spite of your past, but because of how beautifully you've risen from it. There will be moments when you doubt whether this love is possible. You might look at the difference in age, the distance, or the circumstances and think, can this really be from God? But remember Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. What looks unconventional to the world can be perfectly aligned in heaven. This connection is not about logic, it's about destiny. The angels are also saying that this person admires your faith. They are drawn to your calmness, your grace, and the quiet strength that radiates from you. You might not even realize how inspiring you are to them. They see in you what they've always hoped to find, someone who reflects God's love through their actions. Your wisdom brings them comfort. Your patience teaches them maturity. Your words lift their spirit. And in return, their presence will bring laughter, excitement, and joy back into your life. It's a divine exchange of energies, your depth meeting their light. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This isn't a warning to close yourself off. It's a reminder to let love in with discernment. Guard your heart not by blocking blessings, but by protecting it from doubt and fear. The angels want you to know that God will reveal the truth of this connection clearly. You won't have to guess or force it. The right person will bring peace, not pressure. This younger soul will show you a side of love that feels refreshing. You'll laugh more, dream more, and even rediscover simple joys you forgot about. You'll feel their admiration in the way they look at you, in their eagerness to learn from you, and in their consistency. They won't need to prove themselves with grand gestures. Their sincerity will be visible in every little thing they do. That's how divine love works. It speaks through action, not performance. If you're wondering when this might happen, the angels are saying soon. The energy of change is already moving. You might start noticing signs that remind you of renewal, like blooming flowers, sudden weather shifts, or numbers that repeat throughout your day. These are confirmations that your path is aligning with theirs. The waiting isn't punishment, it's preparation. When two souls are meant to meet, God uses timing as the glue that holds everything together. The angels say. You might also feel moments of emotional release before this person fully enters your life. You may cry unexpectedly or dream of old situations or people. Don't be alarmed. That's God cleansing your heart of lingering pain so you can receive love freely. You can't enter a divine relationship with walls built from the past. This connection requires openness, vulnerability, and trust. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." This is your season of renewal, the time for divine partnership, not just companionship. You've been strong long enough. You've healed long enough. Now God is ready to show you that love can feel like peace. When you and this younger soul finally align, your connection will not only bless you, it will bless others. People will see the light that surrounds you when you're together. You'll inspire them to believe in real love again. You'll show that when God is at the center, age, distance, or circumstance cannot break the bond He creates. This person will likely reach out first. They'll take initiative in a way that's humble but clear. They might express their admiration, ask for guidance, or simply start showing up more in your life. Their presence will become consistent. Don't brush it off or think it's coincidence. Pay attention. Ask God for confirmation, and He'll give it to you in unmistakable ways, through dreams, through inner peace, or through signs that repeat until you can't ignore them. You might be nervous to trust again, but the angels remind you that love is not meant to be feared. 1 John 4:18 says, "There's no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear." When love is from God, it removes anxiety instead of creating it. You won't feel the old tension, the guessing, or the overthinking. You'll feel security. You'll feel peace. You'll feel covered. This younger soul will see you as someone rare. They'll treat you with the care you always deserved. They won't be intimidated by your experience or your wisdom. They'll honor it. They'll be proud to learn from you and will often remind you how grateful they are to have you in their life. You'll see humility in them, not arrogance. You'll see authenticity, not pretense. And that's how you'll know it's real. Your relationship will grow quietly but beautifully. It won't need validation from others, and you won't feel the need to explain it. It will simply exist in peace, protected by divine favor. Every time you doubt it, something will happen to remind you that it's real. A message, a word, a dream, or even a sudden wave of calm. In time, this love will deepen your connection to God. You'll start seeing love not just as emotion, but as ministry. You'll realize that this person was sent not only to make you happy, but to remind you how deeply you are loved by the Creator. Together, you'll serve a purpose greater than yourselves, whether that's encouraging others, spreading kindness, or simply living as examples of faith in action. If you've been praying for confirmation, take this as your sign. God is saying, yes, it's coming. Yes, it's real. And yes, it's worth the wait. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't been forgotten. Your angels are already working behind the scenes to bring this connection into alignment. Keep your faith steady, your heart open, and your spirit at peace. Type in the comments right now, "I believe," if you're ready to receive the love heaven is preparing for you. And remember to like this video. It's a simple act of agreement with the divine timing that's unfolding in your life. When you declare it, you activate it. The angels want you to understand that this connection isn't just about romance. It's about transformation. This younger soulmate is being sent to awaken parts of your heart that have been dormant for too long. Their presence will illuminate the corners of your soul where you hid dreams, laughter, and tenderness behind walls of caution. When they come into your life, something within you will begin to soften. You'll notice how effortlessly they bring out the childlike joy in you, how their laughter disarms your seriousness, and how their energy reminds you of what it feels like to be alive again. That's the divine purpose behind this bond, to make you remember the light within yourself that never stops shining, even in the seasons of darkness. The angels say that this person will not just love you, they will help you grow. You'll inspire each other in unexpected ways. You'll challenge one another to walk closer to God, to pursue purpose, to let go of fear. This love will not be about control, but about freedom. It will be the kind of connection where both of you are safe to be your authentic selves, without judgment or pretense. You will feel seen, known, and appreciated for exactly who you are. That's how you'll know it's heaven sent. Because when love is from God, it doesn't try to change you, it reveals you. There will be quiet nights when you find yourselves speaking about your past, your dreams, and your faith. You'll realize how similar your prayers have been, even though you didn't know each other yet. This younger soul will confess that they've asked God for someone genuine, someone they can trust, someone who makes them feel safe, and that someone is you. You'll realize that while you were healing, they were preparing. While you were learning to trust God again, they were learning to surrender their pride and ego. Every delay was divine synchronization. Every unanswered prayer was God aligning the right hearts at the right time. You might feel hesitant at first because of the difference in age, experience, or background. But the angels want you to remember 1 Samuel 16-7. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. What matters is not how the world sees it, but how heaven sees it. This person was chosen not because of age or status, but because their soul carries what yours needs. They will love you with humility and gratitude. Their respect for you will be sincere, not performative. They'll listen when you speak, not to respond, but to understand. That's how divine love communicates, with presence, not pride. You'll start to notice that everything in your life begins to align once this connection strengthens. Doors that were closed will begin to open. Opportunities will flow naturally. Your energy will feel lighter, and your spirit will feel renewed. That's what happens when God sends someone meant for your destiny. They don't distract you. They elevate you. They don't pull you away from your calling. They remind you of it. Together, you'll feel unstoppable because you'll walk in agreement. Amos 3:3 says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" This connection will show you that when love is aligned with purpose, everything flows with ease. The angels also say that this person has been through their own tests. They've experienced rejection and misunderstanding too. They may appear confident, but deep down, they've longed for someone who truly sees them. When they meet you, they'll feel that longing answered. They'll see you as their blessing, their peace, their answered prayer. And even though they're younger, their love will carry the weight of maturity because God has been preparing their heart. You'll notice how their kindness feels intentional, how their words carry warmth, how their energy feels healing. There will be signs that confirm this connection before it even manifests fully. You might see their initials repeatedly, hear their name in random places, or dream about them before meeting in person. The angels use these signals to prepare your spirit. When it happens, don't dismiss it. God communicates through repetition and intuition. Sometimes your heart will know before your eyes can see. The love between you will teach you patience, humility, and surrender. You'll learn to trust divine timing, to let things unfold without forcing them. You'll notice how the connection grows quietly, how each conversation feels like divine timing, and how every shared moment carries peace. It won't feel like infatuation, it'll feel like recognition. It's not about losing yourself. It's about finding balance between independence and intimacy. The angels also say that this relationship will help both of you grow spiritually. You'll pray together. You'll remind each other to keep God at the center. You'll begin to notice how your faith strengthens when you're together. You'll witness miracles, little ones at first, like answers to small prayers, and later, bigger ones that affirm that God's hand is over your union. This is not a temporary encounter. It's a spiritual partnership meant to expand both your lives. Sometimes you might doubt your worthiness. You may think, why me? Why now? But the truth is, you've earned this. Every act of kindness, every prayer through tears, every time you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness, those were seeds. And now you're entering your harvest season. Galatians 6-9 reminds us, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. You didn't give up, and heaven took note. This love is part of your reward. There will be moments where you catch yourself smiling, thinking about them. Times when you feel their energy even when they're not around. That's the divine bond between your souls. They'll feel it too. There will be days when they're thinking about you, and you'll suddenly feel warmth or calmness in your chest. That's not your imagination. That's spiritual communication. Love that's ordained by God doesn't need constant contact to remain connected. It exists beyond time and distance. When this love arrives fully, you'll feel inspired again. You'll want to create, to dream, to live with joy. They'll encourage you to rest when you're tired, to believe when you're doubtful, to laugh when life gets heavy. You'll realize that this person wasn't sent just to love you romantically. They were sent to remind you of your divine worth. They will reflect back to you the beauty you've forgotten about yourself. The angels also want you to remember that the world may not always understand divine connections. There will be opinions, assumptions, or criticism. But your peace will be your proof. As long as you feel God's presence in this relationship, that's all that matters. Don't let others project their fears onto your blessing. What's meant for you is spiritually protected. Psalm 91:11 says, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." That protection extends to this union. This love will also restore your trust in divine timing. You'll look back and realize that nothing was wasted, not the heartbreaks, not the delays, not the prayers that seemed unanswered. Everything led you here. It took losing what wasn't meant for you to recognize what is. It took loneliness to prepare you for connection. It took tears to purify your faith. This person's love will make you believe again. It will feel like sunshine after rain, like calm after a storm. They'll bring balance where you had chaos, understanding where you had confusion, and joy where you once had emptiness. And as your relationship deepens, you'll realize that God didn't just send you a partner, He sent you a reflection of His love on earth. So don't fear what's unfolding. Don't doubt what you feel. God is reminding you that love is still sacred, that divine unions still exist, and that yours is one of them. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith strong. Every sign you're receiving is confirmation that heaven is aligning everything perfectly. If your spirit feels this message resonating, type "blessed and ready" in the comments. Declare it as a form of faith, because when you affirm it, you draw it closer. And remember to like this video so that this divine message can reach more souls who are waiting for their own confirmation of love and alignment. Beloved, if this message has spoken to your heart today, take a deep breath and thank God for confirming what your spirit already knew. Heaven is working behind the scenes for your good, and the love that's meant for you is not far away. The angels are aligning your paths, your timing, and your hearts for a divine meeting that will change everything. So hold on to your faith, because the promise is already unfolding. If you feel this message resonating within you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends and family. Someone you know may need this same reminder that God still writes the most beautiful love stories. Let them hear the words their heart has been waiting for. Before you go, type "blessed and ready" in the comments below as your declaration of faith. That simple act is powerful. It tells heaven, I am prepared to receive what God has prepared for me. And if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Lord's Reminder, and click the notification bell so that you'll never miss a new message from above. Each time we post, it's a fresh word meant to strengthen your faith, lift your spirit, and remind you that you are never alone. Come back for more divine messages like this, because God is not finished with your story yet. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, and remember, what's meant for you will always find you, in perfect timing, under God's grace. Until next time, may peace cover you, may love surround you, and may your angels go before you in all that you do.